So these are my clamps. I make them out of whatever wood I need. If you want to clamp down black walnut and you don't want to dent it, you make a hold down clamp out of cherry. I can cut right into them, tool right through them, and just cut the end off and start over again anytime I want. You can see this one has cuts right in it. I put it right into my work area, and I'll cut right through it if I need to. I mill very small parts, and sometimes there just isn't anywhere to clamp it. I want it clamped good. I put the clamp right on top of it, cut right through it, and set myself on zero wherever I need to be. So we clamp this board down here so that it's perfectly flat with our work surface and straight and square. I'm mounting it so as low as my Z-axis can go. I could basically cut through the table if I needed to, and sometimes I do need to. There's some things that I carve that I actually have to put through the table because they're too tall to fit underneath the clearance of my table. So I've actually cut slots in my table. This is the new tabletop surface, so I'll have to recut the holes in there. But I do a mortise on the end of a puzzle box, and I actually put the workpiece all the way through the table because it's 9 inches long, so that I can mortise out the end of it. So at its lowest position, we could go all the way down and cut the table itself, and all the way up. That would get us up to about here, and would get us full clearance to where our cross member is on our gantry. So that should give us full movement. And because we're using the original router base that came with the router, we can unclamp the router out of the base and actually move the router up and down inside of the base, and we could get the bit to be flush here or lower or wherever we needed it to be. So that would actually give you a manual adjustment as well. So try to get this as tight to the table as possible. Imagine we could probably even clamp down the router base itself. Get another hold down clamp in here. Just kind of eyeballing this thing square. I have the top of the new piece just flush with the old mount. Got just a little bit of the edge there. Move this clamp over. Basically got a lot of my ideas from buildyourcnc.com, and use my own ideas. The parts I could find, the parts I could buy, and put it all together, and try to use high quality components. Probotics NEMA 23 stepper motors at 280 ounce per inch, I believe. Good quality bearings in my bearing blocks. Bearing blocks, obviously, I made myself, but I use good quality bearings. Anti-backlash nuts of decent quality, and the rod is 3/8 4-start Acme Precision threaded rod from McMaster Carr, and those match up perfectly with. I believe I got the anti-backlash nuts at Dumpster CNC. The glides here are just Home Depot, Lowe's bushings. Lowe's supplied a lot of the parts for this machine. The motor mounts are simply long bolts with lots of nuts and washers mounted on solid ash. I used ash through a lot of it. It's found lumber, free lumber. So we got that clamped down, and we're going to assume that that's square with the table. And we're going to, this hole was already in this piece of wood when it was given to me. So we'll use one of those. There we have it. Put another one to match. This mahogany is extremely hard. And heavy. And two more, I guess. Try to put them away from the in between the threaded rod and the linear slide. Whatever this is, it's in my way. And more in a minute. So the new router mount in the back is now beveled to accept the top of the router. May have gotten it a little low, as you can see. In this position I could get a full up spiral bit. And get it all the way down to the table if I needed to cut all the way down. But I can only go yay high. So I don't actually have a full up spiral bit clearing the full height of my machine right now. If I needed to cut it to full depth, I could adjust the router here. And obviously cut something smaller. And then could go up and clear the full height of the machine, which is here. But then I'm not at the full depth of the bit. So I may have messed that up. But for what we're doing now, it'll be fine. Right now I'm going to check it for square to see what we did. Give us some kind of accuracy. And to see if the bit is square. With the squarest square I can buy with my money. Just poor carpenter money. Appears to be very close. It's not perfect. But it appears to be square as a square is, and the board the table is on. A lot of squares it can get.